This video is to draw awareness to 3 drivers caught speeding on wet roads with low sun on the M5 by the Roads Policing and Road Safety Team of Avon and Somerset. The first up is a trailer caught speeding at 75 miles an hour in the 3rd lane. Now, if you're driving a trailer on a motorway, your speed is restricted to 60 miles an hour. Simple maths will tell you this trailer was driving at 15 miles an hour above the speed limit. Therefore, this driver would be very lucky if they got away with a mere fixed penalty and 3 points, if not summoned to appear in court for the fact that they were caught driving 15 miles an hour over the requisite speed limit. Now, the first thing you'll notice about these images is that there is a viewfinder at the top, there's a crystal clear image of the vehicle on the screen, and of course it tells the officers what speed the vehicle was driving at. You'll also see that there is a green dot which is located on the vehicle, which confirms to the officers that that's the precise vehicle that the speed was checked for. Now, as I've just reminded my 117,000 followers on TikTok, where there is different versions of the same script advising people to just ignore the speeding fine and show up at court because hopefully the officer doesn't turn up and the case gets dismissed. Obviously, this is just wishful thinking and plain ludicrous. Moreover, so many people think that they can run the defence that the machine wasn't calibrated or that it was up on a bridge, therefore looking down at an angle, therefore the calculations mean the speed wasn't accurate and all of these sorts of things. Believe me, these arguments are not going to get very far and there is no valid defence for speeding. The only thing that comes close to a valid defence is when the facts are wrong, such as you were not the one driving the vehicle and you can name who was indeed driving the vehicle. But outside of that, and short of a miracle, you are very unlikely to get off a speeding charge when you've been caught on a camera such as this one. Next up in number 2 is a Horsebox driving at 88 miles an hour. Perhaps they want to get back to the future or something. I find it awfully ironic when these Horseboxes have got signs on the side saying please drive carefully, there's horses inside, when they're caught driving at 88 miles an hour, obviously well in excess of the speed limit. But the third and final one that absolutely takes the biscuit is this vehicle here, caught doing 106 miles an hour. Remember, the roads are wet, the sun is low, meaning it's obscuring visibility. We all know what that low sun in winter is like, which blinds you as you're coming over the brow of hills. The roads are wet, which can double, if not more, of the stopping distance. This vehicle caught at 106 miles an hour is certainly going to be summoned to court because driving 30 miles an hour or more over and above the speed limit is a grossly excessive speed, and you could even be looking at prison time for being caught at driving at such a speed. Why these vehicles do it, I'm really not sure, because there is nothing that justifies these vehicles driving at such dangerously, incredibly high speeds, putting at risk life and limb not only for themselves, but of their passengers and every other vehicle and road user within a couple of miles both in front and behind that vehicle in the event of a collision. And remember as well that the rules for new drivers are quite different in that you've got essentially a probationary period for the first 2 years within which you can lose your driving license relatively easily by driving in excess of the speed limit. And finally, if you do happen to be in the camp where you think driving at speeds like this is reasonable and acceptable, I would urge you to think very carefully about your family and think of an excuse that would justify putting their lives in danger. I don't think you could find one. So with that, I urge you all to drive carefully and within the speed limits. So please remember to like this video and subscribe, and as always, thank you for watching.